Hello friends. In previous video, I explained the basic concepts of IP tables. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the basic commands of IP tables. The first command is to install IP table. The command is apt-get install IP tables. So when we execute this command, IP tables will be installed. In my device, IP tables is already installed, so I'm not going to fire this command. Next command is to list the existing rules of IP tables. So command is iptables space hyphen capital L hyphen N space hyphen V. Here L is to list, N is to represent the values in the numeric, and V is verbose to give more detail of the list. Here when we press enter, here you can see three chains: input chain, forward chain and output chain. And by default policy is to accept for all three chains, but the default policy is to accept. And as I told you in previous video, the default table is a filter table. So if you do not specify the table name here, so it is showing the chains of the filter table. Here you can see this is the number of packets received and sent, then bytes, and then target, then prot is for protocol, opt is for option, for in, out, then source IP and the destination IP. The next command is to, if you want to display the IP table content line wise, for that same command, and with this we can give hyphen hyphen line hyphen numbers. So here you can see all the rules are specified with the line numbers. Okay, now we'll clear the screen. Next command is to check the content of different tables. As I told you, there are total 5 tables. So we can check the table content using this command -t, then the table name. So first we would like to check the content of filter table and -- list. So this will display the content of this filter table. Here you can see it contains 3 chains: input, forward and output, and the default policy is to accept all the packets. Next, if you want to see the content of NAT table, so here just write NAT, the table name, and press enter. Here you can see this NAT table contains 4 chains: pre-routing, input, post-routing and output. Similarly, you can see the content of other tables also, mangle or row table. So here you can see the content of this mangle table. Similarly, you can check the content of row table. Next is, as you saw, there are no rules written here. No rules written here. All rules were blank. So now we will write the rules. We will write the rule. So first rule we want to write, as you saw, that it is by default it is accepting all incoming packets. Now we want to drop all incoming packets. So command will be iptables space hyphen A is to append, in which chain you have to specify. So hyphen A will append the rule in input chain, and we will just specify the target, and the target is to drop all the packets. So now if you list the rule again using this list command, here you can see the packet, this for all protocols, for all IP addresses, the rule we have updated to drop all the packets. Now if you want to accept the table, accept the packets, then we have to write the rule here to accept it. Instead of drop, we can write accept. Now if we list the rule again, here you can see that rule is also added after this. So this rule is also appended here. Now if we want to drop a packet of a specific protocol, so before that I would like to drop the packet of ICMP protocol, and we know that ICMP packets are used when we ping we use ping command. So first I would like to ping. So first I'll find out my IP address of my machine. This is the IP address of my machine. I'll copy this IP address and I'll open a new terminal here. And in this new terminal, I'll ping the IP address of my machine. So paste the IP address and enter. You can see it started pinging to IP address. Okay. Right now it's not pinging here because we have written a rule here to drop all packets. So first we have to clear all rules which we have written. So for IP table space using capital F, we can delete all the rules which we updated. Now if you will see, the pinging process is started. So we will stop it using Control C, and now we will write a rule specifically for dropping ICMP packets. So here we will write IP tables space hyphen capital A on input chain. We want to drop the packets of ICMP protocol. So we have to specify hyphen P for the protocol and the protocol name, and then we want to specify the target. The target is to drop. Press enter, and now we will try again to ping machine. So if we try to ping the machine again, here you can say it will not ping because we have dropped all the ICMP packets. So here, if we accept those packets again, then we'll see whether the pinging process will start or not. Accept. Now we have written two rules here, IP tables, then hyphen L, hyphen N, hyphen V. Here you can see there are two rules. First is to drop, second is to accept. And here we'll check, still the pinging process is not started. Why? Because we have written two rules here. First is to drop and second is to accept. And in this, sequence is very important. So the rule which is written first will be implemented, that will be executed. So first, according to the first rule, what we are saying that you drop all ICMP packets. So if you want to change this drop to accept, then first you delete this rule. So one option is that you can delete only specifically this first rule, or you can delete all the rules. So what we'll do, we'll delete all the rules using IP tables space hyphen capital F. Now all the rules are deleted, and here you see the pinging process is started. So this is how we can drop packet of a specific protocol. Now next, we would like to enable connections on HTTP, SSH and SSL port. Now what we want exactly, we want HTTP port that works on port number 80, HTTPS port which works on port number 443, and SSH which works on port number 22 connections to work as usual. So for that we have to write rule IP tables, then append on input chain for protocol TCP for D hyphen D port. D port is for destination port. D port, port number, and then action J accept. Okay, so this is first rule we have written for port number 22. Now we want to write the rule for port number 80 for HTTP. So port number 80. Now we want to write the rule for HTTPS, which works on port number 443. Yeah, now we will list the rule to check. IP tables hyphen L hyphen N hyphen B. Here you can see all three rules, okay, for this particular protocol and source and the destination. Okay, Now we want to drop all other packets except these three ports. We do not want to entertain any other sort of traffic on our network. So for that we can write a rule that iptables space -a on input chain and -j drop. Now our system will accept only traffic from these three ports and all other traffic will be dropped. You can see the list here, we can see. So it is accepting only for these three ports and all other traffic will be dropped. Next is, if we want to drop packets from a specific source, if we want to drop the packets from a specific source, for that we can specify the IP address of that particular source. So command will be iptables append rule on input chain hyphen small s is for the source, and after that we have to specify the IP address. Suppose we are writing 162.0.23 and -j drop. Now our machine will not accept any packet from this particular IP address. Suppose we want to filter the traffic from a particular network, a particular subnetwork. So in that case, here we can specify the subnet mask of that network. So now by writing this rule, our machine will not accept any traffic from this particular network. Now we want to drop a specific packet from a particular port number. Yeah. First we will clear all the rules which we defined, and now I would like to demonstrate if we drop all the packets which are coming on port number 80. So before that I would like to show you in that Firefox that my device is connected to the internet. Here you can see I have opened one website of one particular organization. Now we will drop all the packets of port number 80. So iptables on input chain. Now for protocol TCP on port number -d port 80, and we will drop all packets. Drop. So if we execute this command and after that I try to open a new website here, any website. So we'll open Wikipedia, try to open wikipedia.org, we'll try to open, and you see we won't be able to open because we dropped all the packets. Because that website I opened, I think that was in the cache memory. We'll try to open any new website here, hdfcbank.com, and if I refresh this tab, then here we can check this rule using this list. Okay, so it is dropping all the packets on this particular TCP D port. Okay, after that what we can do, we can, if here we have seen multiple options like for protocol, if you want to drop all the packets on a particular interface. So for that first we need to find out the interface name. So for interface name we have to find out, we have to give ifconfig command, and here this is the interface name of my device. So we want to drop all packets on this particular interface. So the command will be iptables space hyphen capital A on input chain. Then we have to specify hyphen I for interface, and the next we have to write the interface name. So in interface name is ETH0, and on this for protocol TCP on port number 80, drop all the packets. Drop. Okay, so this is how we can drop all the packets on a particular interface for a particular protocol or for a particular port number. So if we want to use these options together, then the sequence should be iptables, and then we have to specify hyphen A to append. Then we have to specify on which input, which chain we want to write those rules. So we'll write chain here. So here in previous, here we have written input chain. So we have to specify the chain. Then if you want to drop packet for a particular interface, then hyphen I, and then write interface name. Then for protocol, you specify hyphen P and then write the protocol name. So protocol name can be ICMP, TCP, UDP. And then after that, if you want to specify a block packets from a particular source, then specify hyphen small s and then write the source IP. You can specify the domain name also here. Instead of source IP, you can specify the domain name. And then you if you want to block packet for a particular port number, then you specify hyphen D port, and then port number we have to give. And after that, the last is the target. The target is whether to accept the packets, whether to drop the packet, or to reject the packet. So these are three options for this, whether to reject. Any one of these options can be used. So if you want to make use of multiple options or all these options, then this should be the sequence. First we specify append on a particular chain, then interface we have to specify, then for protocol, then for the source, and then port number, and then action we have to specify. Okay, so by combining these different options, we can really create complex Linux rules or iptables rules for protecting our device. So next I would like to show you to avoid DOS attack. If we want to avoid DOS attack, for that what we can do, we can write this command hyphen capital A on input chain, for protocol TCP, then on port number 80, then we can set the limit hyphen M and limit space hyphen limit is we accept only 25 packets per minute space hyphen limit hyphen burst of 100 and hyphen J. Sorry, by mistake I pressed enter. Accept. So here we have specified for TCP protocol on port number 80, only 25 packets per minute will be accepted. So this way we can write the rule. So we can list this rule and check. Okay. Hyphen capital L So here you can see this rule is updated and all these rules. And then to clear or delete all the rules, we have to write, first we'll clear the screen, then we can write iptables space hyphen capital F to delete all the rules. Okay, now if we list the rule again, we won't have any rule in this because we clear all the rules. So that's all about this IP table rules. There are so many other options also which you can explore. Thank you so much.